Hello, today is the 31st of October and you're watching this because today is the final day for the hashtag So Upcycle 22. Now this was the brainchild from Karen at So Little Time and Becky from Notes in the Sewing Room. I'll put the links to the channels below in case I've got them wrong, but a great idea for us all to get together and recycle something that we've had in and perhaps we're not wearing, or we bought with intentions to change, or anything like that. So I had two projects. That one of them was a skirt I bought in Primark about 3 years ago. It was a black and white striped jersey. I like the look of it, and certainly never wore it in the end. It's a long maxi skirt, and I don't know why I bought it because it's not me at all. So I then had the intention of changing it into something else that I could wear. Now, as with both of the projects that I made two things. Both of the projects, I imagine I was going to have so much fabric. When I cut up these things, I always think I'm going to have so much fabric, the options are just going to be endless about what I can make from them. But as was the case, no. So this was the pattern I was going to use for the first one. And this was this black and white striped viscose jersey. It feels beautifully soft and it's lovely and lightweight. Now I used this New Look pattern of mine, New Look 6246. I'm not sure if you can still get this pattern, but I hang on to it like gold because it's just such a great t-shirt pattern for me. The idea was, as it's heading into autumn, I wanted to make the cropped arm length sleeve, but I couldn't. I only just had enough fabric to make the cap sleeve version, but I am really pleased with it. Now, neither of these two things that I've made are particularly fantastic, but however, they are things that I know I'm going to wear. So I'll put a footage of me in the t-shirt, but this is it here. I am just so pleased with how it turned out, and I know I'm going to get some wear out of it, and I certainly didn't the skirt. I didn't want to do the black and white striped neckband, so I managed to make sure that it was completely black. So if I show you there, so it turned out solid. This bit of the fabric was wide enough to make a neckband out of, so I didn't have the odd stripes there. I only managed to match up the stripes on the sides, so I was very happy with that. But God, this I'm so pleased with. I am so pleased with that. And I know it's a simple little make, but it's going to have a use. Now the second one also, I got this charity Goodwill store dress from Florida, my trip in Florida. It's a lovely linen dress. It wasn't too thin either. It had it wasn't too sheer. So that was great. So it meant I could make a top out of it. And again, I cut that dress up thinking, gosh, the possibilities are endless for this. But no, I only managed to get a simple top out of it. Now I said on my Friday sews, oh, I'm just going to crank out that top, this one here, simple, easy peasy. Well, it actually ended up taking me so long because of, I'll show you two things in a minute. So I just did this one. Now this is another good basic pattern to have. You are meant to put an opening in the back, but I've learned from past experience that this is so wide you can get your head in and out without any bothering about any opening. So that was great. But actually I wanted to do something slightly different, and I wanted to not colour block it, but stripe block it. So it would just make it look a bit more interesting rather than just a striped top. So that took me forever to work out where to make the join. How low down did I want the stripes changing here, or did I want them changing here? And I did loads and loads of drawings to try and work out the best option. But this is what I came up with. Again, I'll put a picture of me wearing it. And we have here, so the stripes change halfway down the sleeve. Now, I did my best to make sure it was all lined up, and I got that white at the top there. Sad thing is I had to have a seam in the front and the back's not the problem, not a problem, but the seam. But actually when you wear it, you can't see. Now the reason this, so it took me a long time to work out what I wanted to do the stripes. And then I cut out the binding. I did it obviously on the bias, so it created like a diagonal binding. But I only had small strips, so I had to sew it all together. And when I was sewing the binding on the neckline, I obviously had some joins, and I thought that I was going to make sure the joins went on the back, but actually one of the joins was on the front. So I finished it all beautifully. I put it on my mannequin, and then look what happened. And I couldn't live with it. I said to my husband, can I get away with it? I could perhaps always make sure like my hair's draping over that bit, but I couldn't do it to myself. I went to sleep, woke up the next day and said, no, that thing's got to come off. So I then made the second binding and put it on, and this fabric was fraying and fraying, and I stupidly didn't stay stitch the front. Now I know we all should do that, but I didn't. But I just got away with it. So this is just on the fringe of being too wide for me, but I can get away with it. So again, I am really pleased with this because I can wear it with jeans or white linen trousers, as I think I said, or some shorts, but I am really pleased with it. So it turns out from that dress with that fabric, just a smart fabric that I love, and I've made it into a very wearable top. So those are the two things that I made that I'm going to enter into the Sew Upcycle Challenge. I think looking back, I have done lots of sort of refashions in the past. One of them I did a couple of years ago was probably my favourite, and that was again from Primark, but it was a really nice cotton fabric. Um, there was quite a big nightgown, and I turned it into pajamas, short pajamas for myself. I'll put a picture of that one in because that was probably one of my favourite ones I've done. I do enjoy it. I mean, every year we see the Sewing Bee, we watch that programme, and they do that transformation challenge. And I just love looking at what they do and what they create from all sorts of fabrics and everything. So thank you very much to Karen and Becky for hosting this challenge. I really enjoyed it. And the best thing of all, it got me to complete two projects that I've been meaning to do for a while. So now they're done. So thank you very much. I hope everybody else really enjoyed the challenge, and I can't wait to look on the hashtag on Instagram to see everybody's projects, because I am sure A, they're more exciting than mine, but B, just to see the volume. Wow, it's an amazing thing we've all done. So thanks very much, and join me again on my Friday sews on Friday. Thank you. Bye.